Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 9:49 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $3,009. That's about 0.43% so far. With respect to overall crypto market, you see clearly we are kind of a mixed bag with some selective altcoins surging more prominent than other. XRP is currently up about 8% so far, while the rest of the market, the smaller coins are trading a little bit higher, up about 1.1%, but the key coins are just relatively flat, not really doing much. And as you know, today is a Good Friday on the US holiday. This is where the Passover also begins as well, ahead of the Easter holiday on Sunday. So, in the federal holiday perspective, because of the fact that Easter lays on the Sunday, the government and I guess the corporate companies has decided to allocate the Friday as of today to be a holiday as well. So is the upcoming Monday as well for selective companies. So I think the tech companies of the world are also off on this coming up Monday as well. So as of today, on the media affectation front, there isn't anything that's really driving needles, but there's some news around like the interest hikes that subsequently drive the sell-off that we've been experiencing so far because of the inflationary outlook that we've been observing from multiple different sources, and also just verbiage coming out from corporate companies and selective investment banks on their outlook of the economy going forward, driving more fear, combined with the I guess the weekend affectation that comes in a little bit earlier than typical weekends, because today the market is also closed on the equity side, obviously, driving some people to want to just have that safe haven affectation, taking profit ahead of the long 3 to 4 days of a weekend, if you may, right? So let's just dive into technicals without wasting more time to see what's the momentum that we are in right now. Right, so again, with respect to recording time of approximately 10 a.m. on the Eastern Time, we are in between levels again, right? We are sustaining above the 3,000, which is a flat number, but that's not a real level, right? The real level that we are either going to get up to would be the 3,158 or the 2,853, right? So technically, we are in between levels. But the real level on the flat number perspective beside 3,000 is also 3,050. So we broke below that. That's a critical level. And what's the propensity of us going up or down at the moment? Luckily for us, we have formed a def cross recently. So right now we are forming a large separation on the MACD front. So the next logical steps for us to continue on the momentum would be allow us to recuperate, kind of consolidate on a sideways fashion until we have a positive catalyst, which I foreshadow is going to be driven by the interest hikes or the interest dips, if you may. As the Monday market opens up again, and also contingent on maybe the earnings results that we'll be seeing from corporate companies that we'll be expecting in the next couple of weeks as well. But luckily is that with respect to our side, we're relatively depleted at 44 out of 70. So I do feel good about this. It seems like we are forming a W shape as well. So do we see like, let's say 2620, or like let's say go all the way down to like 1750 all over again? I would like 1750. I would give that maybe 0.01% chance that will actually do so, unless Ethereum just completely get I don't know, completely banned across the world to be utilizing this, but which is highly unlikely. So I think right now gliding above the 2853 is a very logical thing, and I think buying around these level for the long term is still very, very, very healthy for us. With respect to Bitcoin, with the 40,000, so in between levels of 44 and 40, right now the 39 out of 70, large separation. We formed def cross already, so this is not terrible in terms of like buying right now, because of the W shape that we're also forming, as well as the flattening of the MACD line. So as we slowly recuperate and gain momentum, which should subsequently allow for us to kind of recuperate and slowly escalate back up from here. With respect to Ethereum Classic, you could see that we're kind of just selling off in between levels, right? You could see that clearly with the 36, right, which is not a level at all. We're basically in between the 38 versus the 34. So the propensity of actually going to 34 all the way to 28 was logical based on the current momentum that we see in front of us. So I would probably hold off and wait until again 34 to 28 from here. And then with respect to Dogecoin, let me just shift this here. Dogecoin is trying to recuperate back up, but it's what we're trying to do is like relatively funky. You see that big leap up. This is a clearly a head and shoulder pattern, so I don't suggest buying Dogecoin at the moment. Knowing the fact that we are at the 54 out of 70, we might continue to leap up and kind of retest the 1575 again, because that's the resistance level that we had prior, but then kind of give back up from here. So I would strongly suggest probably hold off for now, because this is a relatively large volatile type of assets without a lot of strong utilization that is a substantive as Ethereum or Bitcoin, if you may, right? Respect to Cardano is up about 1.27%. Again, I like anywhere from 85 cents to below from here. Solana has got back up above 100 again, so you can see that clearly we have basically give up everything that we've gained in the last month and a half. Right now, contemplating do we break below 100 or staying above 100. So you can see that we're clearly struggling on a market perspective. But I like anywhere from basically 85 below if you want to buy the dip, right? I think this is fair game in terms of the utilization, and as a good hedge if you are invested into Ethereum as well. Respect to XRP, it's up about 7%. You can see that clearly we are leaping up because of its own micro affectation. Seems like this is related to its lawsuits. That seems like it's subsiding on the media front. I mean, ultimately, we do not know what's really going on behind the scenes, but seems like momentum is shifting and is subsequently reversing up right now. And also RSI is also shifting up as well at the 47 out of 70. So at the moment right now, it's not terrible in terms of the momentum shift, but this is a relatively short-lived, I would say, which is an indicator that you could see that the mini green candle, you surge up and then kind of cool back down and dip back down to like 75, which is a flat number based on the historical levels. But technically, you could see more buying pressure because we're not like crazy overbought. At the same time, the curvature is already up right now. So the next logical thing will be for us to cross up as a golden cross, but it won't be a long one for us to keep leaping up. I think the highest we could get up to would be somewhere around 85 to 88. Do we see like $1? I would say no, because of the level you have to get to has a margin of resistance of as you get up there, right? So definitely be careful about this one. But in terms of bullish momentum, it's very bullish right now for obvious reasons. But how long lasting can this be will be relatively short lived based on my assessment here. Polkadot's flat as well. I like anywhere from basically, again, right, these 16 all the way to like 16 cents, $16 down from here, basically. Algorand is flat as well. Anywhere from basically current level down is relatively logical. Shiba Inu, 2100, 1900, 1400 to 900 from here. MagTags flat as well. Anything from 142 to 120 is fair game, right? AVAX down about 2%, 59 to 50 is all fair game from here. And respect to lastly Luna, again, right, we're breaking through right now. You can see that we're heading on to the 77 or basically 75, which is not a real level, it's a flat number, right? But as we break 75, heading to 62, 52 to 45 here would be very logical. And I think right now we're forming a W, at the bottom. So slowly try to recuperate, glide on sideways fashion, consolidate, and then subsequently come back up would be logical. So right now Luna is not terrible, but it's not the best either because of the $75 resistance level. If we break that, you have a long way to go. So the risk versus reward ratio is kind of funky, if you may. Okay. So hopefully you guys have a great Friday. It's a sunny day in New York City today, so I'm planning on maybe just like going out for a walk or something like that. So also have a good weekend ahead. I will still be on, so don't worry if I will be missing a video. I will still be working regardless of the US or federal holiday that we have. But have a good one and take care. Bye.